What is up, people? It's your boy Oak Knight, and today I have a super duper fun team for you guys. Now, I found this team on the OU Bazaar, Sword and Shield OU Bazaar. You can go into this on the Smogon website, and this team was posted by this person called. Where are they? Okay, I need to scroll down further. Okay, I'm just gonna I'm just gonna look up lose to, there we go. So this is the person who posted it, lose to RU, shout out to them. And what they did was basically they built a hyper offense team for low ladder, and then they did really well. And they thought, well, if it performs so well on low ladder, you could try it out in OU and see what it does. And they realized that this team is crazy on high ladder. In fact, it defeats a lot of unsuspecting good players pretty well. And when I tested this team too, I noticed very similar things. Now, the reason why I'm using this team today is because, once again, I want to highlight that a Pokemon's tiering has absolutely, okay, I don't want to say nothing, but it has very little to do with whether it's actually a good Pokemon or not. Now, if you're going for a Smogon tournament or something, obviously you don't want to show up with this team, because, well, at that point people are so good that only the best of the best is gonna work. And also you're gonna be super predictable with a team like this, because tournaments are not a best of one format, right? It's a best of three, and you need to have a lot of mons that are able to take a hit while also having a certain predictability factor that doesn't affect its effectability, if that makes sense. But enough rambling about tournaments, let's focus on this team. First up, Scolipede with a Focus Sash. Now, this thing is crazy as a lead. I think this is probably one of the more underrated leads that you can use in OU. In fact, you guys have seen me use Mew a lot. I would say this is probably one of my favorite spike stacking leads, over Skarmory at least, because it's pretty fast. It hits 112 speed tier, which makes it max out at 330, and if you can find a way to sub up or protect or something, you literally get an instant speed boost to times 1.5. That's 165. That's 495 speed, right? That's that's faster than a lot of Scarf mons. But anyway, moving on to the set. Spikes, obviously. This team is lacking rocks, as you can see, so we're going with spike stacking instead. Substitute is to basically get, well, it's doing what Protect does, right? For instance, if I think they actually gave a little breakdown of what we should do. Always lead Scolipede and click spikes and stack. Endeavor is basically a free kill on most mons, but it takes some getting used to until you truly optimize it. Once you get the hang of it, you'll fall in love with the set. Only time you don't spike is versus lead Choice Banded Urshifu, Choice Banded Melmetal, or Pelipper, in which case you use Substitute. So that's why you're using Substitute. As for this weird EV set with 100 defense, they say Scolipede is EV to barely live a Surging Strikes or Iron Bash after a Substitute, and then Endeavor back to put these mons in range for late game. So that's the reason behind these EVs. You could run full speed, obviously, but 330 is more than enough in my opinion. It is a little slower than Garchomp though, so it's a little sus, but then again, we have a Focus Sash, so even if we get Earthquaked or if we have to take a Stone Edge to our face, it doesn't really matter. Endeavor does what Endeavor does. It just lowers your target's HP too. This thing's HP, and it's going to be pretty low after bringing us down to Sash or after a couple subs. I believe Throat Chop is just for Dragapult. In fact, yeah. Throat Chop is there to 1v1 a Pult who's trying to set up, so that's why we got Throat Chop. And then also, it's not a bad idea to have at least some attack, even if Amon is just a lead Pokemon or a defensive Pokemon. So that covers a lead. Scolipede, super Pokemon for a lead. Moving on, our first sweeper, we have Necrozma with a Lumberry. You can also run, I think on other iterations, they ran weakness policy on this thing, which is also not a bad option. I might change it on the fly again later, but this is what we're going with. Lumberry Prism Armor, which receives 3/4 damage from super effective attacks. That's very crazy. So U-turn, I don't know about dark moves so much, but U-turn definitely we're gonna be taking it pretty well. So, which means we get a free chance to Dragon Dance up, right? So moving on to the set, Dragon Dance, Knockoff, Break, Photon Geyser. Photon Geyser is physical if the user's attack is greater than the special attack. So this is a super flexible move. You can run it on special Necrozma, physical Necrozma. I don't even know if people run. Yeah, okay. So if you want to run special Necrozma, you'll probably use that. Although I've never seen special Necrozma in a long time, if ever, honestly. And the point is just to DD up and just go to town. That's just what this thing does. And this thing's a RUBL mod, so it's more. You know, it's, I would consider RUBL to be more UU, but whatever. Next mon, Cloister, Focus Sash, same thing again, because we need to be able to live at least one hit from something. And Skill Link obviously is the best ability you can have on this, which lets this thing's multi-hit attacks always at the maximum number of times. So Icicle Spear, Rock Blast, all these attacks just hit 5 times, no questions asked. But apart from that, this is a pretty standard set. Shell Smash, Icicle Spear, Liquidation, and Explosion. Explosion is just, you know, just making use of our pretty decent attack stat and just going boom on something. People run Rock Blast, people run all sorts of things on this. I'm not going to change this theme. I think it's pretty fun as it is. Next mon, Turtonator. Now, people don't really know a whole lot about this mon, and I think as a fire dragon, it has an insane typing, but it's really let down by his design and, I mean, literally everything else. Like, how are you going to have such an offensive typing and have 91 special attack and 78 attack? Oof, that's just so sad. But it is what it is, and at least this thing gets access to Shell Smash, which is pretty good. Dragon Pulse, Flamethrower, just stab. Rapid Spin is to get rid of hazards on our side. Just, it's nothing crazy. And Shell Armor is actually really good because I don't know if it actually lives from Urshifu's attacks, but all of Urshifu's Surging Strikes are no longer a crit because of this thing's ability, which is pretty crazy if you ask me. So, yeah, definitely could come in handy in that sense. Now, NU Pokemon in this team, okay? Stakataka, one of the Ultra Beasts that I probably hate the most. But it's actually pretty decent because as a Trick Room sweeper, first off, the fact that this thing gets Trick Room is borderline amazing. And once you click it, I mean, you just go to town. Between Gyro Ball, Earthquake, and Heat Crash, I don't know there are a whole lot of Pokemon that can actually resist this. And Air Balloon just gives us a little bit more stability against ground types, obviously, so that we don't just die to a single Earthquake while we're trying to set up a Trick Room. You might have noticed the same with Turtonator, Air Balloon, for the very same reason. It is a fire type after all. And finally, moving on, we have Sharpedo, one of my favorite mons, and probably my favorite Water Dark, if not for the fact that Crawdon exists. Now, looking at the set in itself, Life Orb, Speed Boost, once again, we see a little bit of an overlap in abilities, and the reason for this is because Speed Boost is one of the most broken abilities known to man. It, you know, well, I mean, everybody knows what Speed Boost does. It raises your speed by 1 stage at the end of each turn. And with the Life Orb, it's a pretty decent wall breaker because between Waterfall, Crunch, and Close Combat, it just pokes a hole in a lot of teams. And most importantly, Sharpedo is one of the best late game sweepers, if you ask me. It can just there are not a lot of Pokemon that can resist all 3 of these moves, so you can just go to town once you just come in, click protect once just to get that speed boost, and then after that you just, you know, spam attacks. And 120 attack, oof, I mean that's a really good attack stat. This team, in terms of weaknesses, I mean, there are a lot of Pokemon in OU that can deal with it defensively, that is. But that's what we're going to find out. I actually haven't lost with this team so far. I think like I didn't play too many games, maybe like 3 or 4 games, and I won every single one of them, which is pretty crazy. So we're here. We find a very quick match. This person's team looks a little scary. They also have a Necrozma, which I like. I'm always going to lead Scolipede, because why not? And, okay, well, I click Spikes. They're probably going to click Close Combat or Knockoff or even Plasma Fist. Maybe Fist, I think. If my voice sounds weird, I apologize. I'm currently dealing with what I think is a cold, but it also could be COVID. I'm not really sure what's wrong because I don't have like a fever or anything. I just have like this really weird cold, and like yesterday I think I developed a cough, which is pretty annoying. Believe it or not, I'm actually okay, I see how it is. All right, that's fine by me. Okay, cool. That's exactly what I wanted. Anyway, as I was saying, I'm trying to not cough in this video. It's really annoying, and I'm really just trying my best. But yeah. Anyway, so I have a couple options here. I could either bring the Zeraora down, or I could just set that one spike up. I think that spike is probably gonna matter, because this thing dies to everything else, so I don't know what I'm so worried about. Taunt Zeraora, huh? I haven't seen that thing in a while, so fair enough. What do I want to go into? Necrozma, Cloyster. I think Cloyster, I don't know if Cloyster can touch Kartana. If not for that, I would say this is pretty much donezo. So many options. Alright, fuck it. Let's just go to Turtonator. I don't think this is the best play. I think Necrozma is probably a better play, but... Okay, I forgot this thing. Why do I keep forgetting this? It's fine. I think Turtonator is also the most useless anyway. I was literally just talking about how this thing is taunt, and I haven't seen it on the ladder, but okay. Anyway, so the good thing is we destroyed Zeraora, which is really nice for our water types. And I'm not really concerned if this thing gets to setup or not. This is probably like the worst mon that I mean in terms of dealing with their team, because it dies to Dragonite. Oh, why'd you go into this? I have Flamethrower, you know. Oh, you have Ice Punch, but that doesn't very little. Life Orb. Okay, cool. So we get more mileage out of this Turtonator because my opponent kind of just forgot how this thing works. Nihilego, I think I just want to let you miss. Please miss. Okay, you didn't miss. That's cool. That is cool. That's totally fine. I believe I go into Stacka. I think you don't have anything for me. And then I Trick Room up, and this should be... Okay, so he has that. That's Earthquake? Okay, Earthquake does kill. Okay, yeah, cool. So that's one attack stat up. Dragonite. I think Gyro Ball does a lot, yeah. Okay, cool, so he has Earthquake for me. I think here I go into 284 speed, so everything is slower than... except for Sharpedo. I think I go into Cloyster. Or nah. So the problem is, this Kartana is a little annoying. If it's Scarf, I think it just clicks knockoff and destroys everything. If not, the Sharpedo just puts in work. So I think Sharpedo is going to be the late game win con, in which case I think I just go into Cloyster and then click Icicle Spear. I could also go into Necrozma and then DD up. twice, but I don't know if that's actually gonna do a whole lot. Okay, let's think. So if I go into Necrozma and I DD, I think he's just gonna Earthquake or Ice Punch, right? And I think I should be fine there. Alright, fuck it, let's just do it. Too much thinking. The important thing is Sharpedo just wins at the end, so I'm not even worried at this point. Just DD. Don't even think about it, just DD. And I think, okay, yeah, that's not doing anything. And then one more DD and I should be fine. Cool. Okay, and then Photon Geyser. Then we just win from here if I'm not wrong. So that's dead. Kartana comes in. Necrozma, and then I hope this knockoff kills. Yep. Okay, so I don't know if the crit mattered, but we destroy it. And then Brick Break. Easy game. Once again, this is... I just want to say that's 1, 2, 3, 4 Pokemon that was OU. Completely swept by Necrozma. It's just how it goes, guys. I'll be honest though, I do think I was thinking way too much for some of these plays. It's hyper offense, just click something and have fun. But moving on to this next game, this is a proper tryhard team if not for that Gardevoir. But we go into this. It goes into Primarina. I'm not really scared of that. You can Scald me. Hopefully don't... I think that's fine. The good news is I click Endeavor. And then that does a lot. So he Moonblasts me to death. And at this point, I don't want him to burn me with Scald. So I'm probably not going to do that. Or should I? So if I go into Necrozma, I think it might be my best play because I don't know what else to do here. I could go into Cloyster and Shell Smash. That is an option, but I don't know how I'm going to deal with that Melmetal then. Yeah, fuck it, why not? I don't think it really makes much of a difference. So the reason why I'm also kind of like just narrating my plays is because, okay, thank God we have a Focus Sash, and also thank God he doesn't have any sort of priority on his team to deal with this. Okay, so I kind of want to also put together this idea of what I'm thinking so that you understand how to play, especially when... I mean, most of my teams are pretty on par with whatever you see in the tier, but sometimes, you know, for instance, when I'm using an RU team, you need to know what I'm thinking to understand how to play this. So if I were to be a little tryhard, and I think I should be, I'm going to go to the damage calc, and I want to see how much Cloyster does to Melmetal. To Mel me. How much do you do? +2, doesn't matter. Icicle Sphere, Explosion, and Liquidation. So Liquidation does the most. I think I just go for that. Scrap Golem destroys me with 1 hit. And then I think now is the time for Turtonator. Just Shell Smash. I don't think he has anything for me. He shouldn't have anything for me. Okay, so we get a chance to smash up. He bashes, which does nothing. Flamethrower this thing, obviously. Oh, goes into Latios. Also, wow, this Latios is fast. Okay, yeah, this thing's super slow. Okay, so he Psyshocks me to death. I think at this point, what can win? Sharpedo can nah, let's just go to Necrozma, DD up. Maybe he has Draco, maybe he doesn't. Either way, I think DD is probably the best play. Actually, Stack Up might be a better play, but I just don't want to get Trick Room up really fast. So he goes back into Melmetal. I think Brick Break does... Oh wow, that didn't do shit. Okay, well, break again. So that's dead. That's really cool for the Staka. Because I think at this point it just goes to town. Yeah, I think the Staka can win now. Depending on what he goes into, that is. Why'd you go into this, dude? Have knockoff. So Blue Eyes White Dragon is officially dead. Goes into Dark Magician Girl. Ooh, Scarf. Good to know. Okay. That means it's Staka time, baby. I think Heat Crash should destroy this. Wait, what? That did nothing. Oh my god, what is that thing holding? How did that thing do nothing? Oh my god, okay, I should probably look into what I did there because that was just terrible. And I think I lose here because I can't do anything to this Buzzwole. Yeah, I can't do anything to this Buzzwole. That was tough. Okay, one sec. I just want to see... Wait, hold on. Okay, so let's just go through this game, okay? So his team, it's pretty strong. It's Dragon Steel Fairy, and he also had that Buzzwole, which was so annoying for my team. Like I think only Turtonator or Necrozma even stood a chance against that Buzzwole because everything else is a physical attacker, and this thing took physical hits really well. Scolipede was the best lead. I set up spikes. He burns me. Nothing crazy, just normal stuff. Thankfully, I endeavor him down. And then, so he kills me. And then, okay, I think Cloyster may not have been, I don't know, because Necrozma could have also put in work, but I just wanted to force that Melmetal out at some point, which is why I did this. I don't know what I could have done though. I think Cloyster definitely was the best play in retrospect. Because I destroyed this, which is fine. Not like this is a big problem for me to begin with. Then he goes into Melmetal. I couldn't do anything except liquidation. I did my best. And then... So, yeah, this Turtonator really fucked me up. Because if it had been fast enough to kill Lottie, I think I would have had a chance. Because I don't think Moonblast kills except... Okay, maybe it does at -1, but it's really hard to tell. Also, wow, I should have clicked the dragon move on it, but that was, I mean, why would I? It's what it is. So, yeah, this is just a tough matchup. I mean, Melmetal is just really, you know, it just dominates the tier. Really surprised I didn't get the kill, though. But at least we destroy it, and then turns out that Hatterene was... I mean, this is just a weird play, but I mean, he was always winning, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Goes into Hatterene, and then that thing turns out to be... Scarf. Yeah, I don't know how I could have killed this Buzzwole, because at this point, like, I thought it would do more. I thought it would, like, at least bring it down to half, but if it didn't, then yeah, I just die. Learning point, yeah, so that game is a really good example of how good Pokemon can do things that weak Pokemon can't. Like in general, don't get me wrong, this team is super strong, can do a lot of things, but that's just how it goes. New team. All right, so he's running a Hail. We just do the same with Scolipede. Just go and set up spikes. He wants to put me asleep, huh? And then now he's gonna U-turn out probably, right? Do I really care? I do care. Let's just go into Necrozma. Cool. And then I go back into Scolipede. Why would you do this, dude? Just, oh my god. Well, I don't think Necrozma is doing much this game anyway, so I might as well just sack it. Then probably just knock you off first. Yeah, no more recovery for you. Cool. And then here I'll spike up. You can put me on sleep if you want. And then I'll sub up here. Goes for Defog, which I'm not worried about. You can foul play me all you want, bro. This is a bug type, like, I don't know what you think it's gonna do. Okay, this guy wants to do this apparently. Let's just endeavor you. There we go. And then throw chop. Destroy it. Okay, that's really, really, really good for Staka, I believe. Because once I Trick Room up, I don't know. Okay, I don't know about that Volcarona, but oh, really? Okay, cool. So that's another Pokemon down. 328 speed. So the thing is, I need more damage on. What do I do? What do I do? Let's just go Turtonator, because why not? He should probably break the balloon so that he can destroy me with Swampert after. So he does that. I'm not too concerned. Flamethrower for the kill. Yep. Go into Swampert. It's your best play. Yep. And then I'll Dragon Pulse you, which does decent amount. And then I think at this point, okay, Staka has Heat Crash, Gyro Ball, Earthquake. Yeah, no, okay, Staka just wins. Yep. Just Trick Room up. It doesn't matter what he goes into. Yeah, this Heat Crash is about to destroy this thing. Wait. Okay, yeah, 120 power. There's no way. Yeah, get wrecked. And then I just Gyro Ball everything else. So, yeah, that's, you can try what you want. So super interesting game. He has 2 UU mons and then the rest are basically OU. You see him all the time in OU. But this guy just got swept by Staka. I'm getting a little sad so far because I haven't really had a chance to bring Sharpedo out. But that's 3 games, so I guess that's that. But looking at this guy's team, I don't know why he was wasting time trying to get me to put the Scolipede to sleep. I don't know, maybe if he was set up on, I mean, his Volcaron's probably setting up, so I guess that's what he was going for. But I'm not, the thing is, it's important for offensive teams to not lose momentum. And I think this is something that I always try to highlight whenever I can. If you're an offensive team and if you lose momentum, you kind of miss the point of even playing an offensive team, which is you're supposed to keep continuous pressure on your opponent such that they are not always able to respond to your threats, and usually the response is that they have to sack a Pokemon, right? Unless they have a counter for literally everything on your team, in which case you're just fucked. But looking at this game again, so this guy, I don't know what he's trying to do. Like, he's just trying to defog away those hazards, and I mean, it was just a lot of time wasting. And then first he gave me the Mandibuzz, which was a huge mistake in my opinion. I think Stakataka started rolling because the Mandibuzz was down, and then after that he gave me the Volcarona too, which is like the other thing that could have dealt with Staka. And once those went down, it was just a matter of time, because I was set up with Turtonator because it's the only thing that pulls out Swampert. Everything else just gets destroyed by Flamethrower. So first I Flamethrower this, and then Swampert comes out, right? Then I Dragon Pulse that to bring it down to where I need it to be, and then everything else just died to everything that Staka has. Like, Gyro Ball deals with the 2 ice types and Swampert because it's already weak, and then obviously Heat Crash just dealt with this. So very instructive game. I think this is like I mean, this is mid ladder. I did play like higher rated opponents before, and like I said, this team performs really well against them. It's the thing about this team is that it carries the surprise factor. Like, first off, no one's expecting these mons. They know what some of these mons do. Like, they don't what Cloyster do, for instance. Everybody knows what Cloyster does on the ladder, and people know what Negrozma does as well. But I mean, even Scolipede to an extent, if they know that it's a lead Scolipede. But that's kind of how it goes. You just have to use your surprise factor that you can bring into a game of a best of 1 game, kind of like OU, or at least on the ladder. and use that to destroy your opponent, and it doesn't even matter what tier or anything that they're on. Now obviously matchups do matter. If your opponent has a Melmetal, for instance, look, Melmetal deals with even threats in OU, right? So these Pokemon, like, I don't know what kind of, I mean, what chance they have when even OU threats have struggled to deal with it. So it is what it is, but ignoring those really OP mods, this team super duper fun to use, and it's also just a good team in general. It's also got a lot of, team building principles covered, and that's that. Hope you guys had fun watching. Hope you guys also learned a lot. Let me know if you want to see any other team or anything like that. I'll try my best to make it happen. But that's that for today. I'll see y'all next week. Peace.